Hello everyone, my name is Augustine, aka Whitino. If you have been following me, you will know I started an intellectual discourse about 3 months ago where we assign topics to people to speak on and the winners get prizes. Barely 2 months ago, we advertised a speaking scholarship opportunity for students in tertiary institutions in Nigeria. We have received applications for the scholarship and we have made our selection. Note that the winner of this scholarship gets a full scholarship that will cover tuition fees throughout their tertiary education. In addition, the winner will receive a cash prize of 50,000 naira on the day of the final competition. The first runner-up will receive a cash prize of 100,000 naira, and the second runner-up will receive a cash prize of 50,000 naira. Guys, we have made our selection and we are starting now. Today we have 2 speakers, Nkoyo and Eyet, and both of them will be speaking on the topic government's approach toward terrorism and its impact on nation building. So let's get to hear what these guys have for us, and they are at liberty to take their talk in any direction they wish. So let's listen to them.
Good day everyone, my name is Nkoyo and Eyet. I want to first of all appreciate the organizers of this great program, scholarship program, by name Dr. Augustine and his co-workers. I'm here to speak on the topic government's approach towards terrorism and its impact on nation building. First of all, let's look at the meaning of terrorism. Terrorism doesn't have a universal agreed definition, but let's look at it in this aspect as a total use of violence or threats of violence to create a general climate of fear on population, aiming to achieve power, either political or ideological goals. Okay, what are the government approach towards terrorism? Number 1, improving of security force accountability. The government enhance accountability and professionalism within the security force in crucial places or areas to build trust and ensure effective counter-terrorism efforts. We also have International Law Association. This was to treat and also take precaution of how to capture non-state violent actors. We also have military operation. For example, in Boko Haram, the government has launched several military operations, including Operation Lafiya Dog and Operation Python Dance, to combat Boko Haram in various states. But this seems to be no avail, but they are really trying. Number 4, we have counter-extremism program. This program was mainly for presidential initiative for the Northeast in order to address the root causes of extremism and promoting economic development. These addresses of root causes will have a very positive impact in reducing poverty, inequality, and lack of access to education and unemployment opportunity in nation. Okay, what are the terrorism impacts on nation building? There are several terrorism impacts on nation building. Number 1, corruption and inefficiency. Terrorism has impacted so many of our youth into corruption and inefficiency that leads to stealing and cultism. Number 2, we have lack of comprehensive strategy. We also have lack of trust. We have hindrance of government. It inverts resources away from crucial development sectors like education, healthcare, and infrastructure. We have social implementation. We have psychological trauma. We have economic disruption. We have weakening of civil society, etc., etc. In summary, the most effective ways in which government can cooperate to defeat terrorism is by creating international agreements which will serve as formal understanding between countries to collaborate on counter-terrorism efforts. Thank you very much for listening.
That was a nice presentation from Nkoyo. Nkoyo highlighted some approaches that government has taken to counter terrorism, some of which include improvement of security force accountability and counter-extremism program. She went further to highlight the impact that terrorism has on nation building. She said terrorism causes corruption and inefficiency and economic disruption. She also mentioned that terrorism leads to psychological trauma to those living in regions that are facing terrorist attack. Remember, the topic of discourse is government's approach toward terrorism and its impact on nation building. Proper tackling of this topic entails highlighting the attitude of government toward terrorism. If the government of a nation is fighting terrorism, how does that impact nation building? Also, if the government of a nation is not fighting terrorism the way it should do, How will that affect the nation? So, without further ado, let's listen to what Eyet, the second speaker, has for us.
Good day, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Eyet. I'm here to present the topic, Government Approach Towards Terrorism and its Impact on Nation Building. One of the ways in which the government approaches terrorism is through combating terrorism, and this is the best way the government has of handling such issues. Before we go into it, let's start by defining terrorism. Terrorism is the use of violence, intimidation, or threat to create fear or panic among the population, often for political, ideological, or extremist purposes. It involves attacks on civilians, government bodies or institutions, and infrastructures. Terrorism comes in three forms mostly. 1. Domestic, 2. International, and 3. Cyber terrorism, all with the aim of hurting people. Let's move on. So now, there are some ways in which the government can combat terrorism, and this includes 1. Increased surveillance and intelligence gathering. The government has increased surveillance and intelligence gathering efforts to monitor and track terrorist activities. This includes monitoring online activities, communications, and financial transactions to identify potential threats. 2. Enhance international cooperation. The government has enhanced international cooperation with other countries to share intelligence, best practices, and resources. 3. Enhance security measures. The government has enhanced security measures to protect physical infrastructure, public spaces, and key assets. Some of the impacts on nation building include 1. Enhance national security. The government efforts to combat terrorism have enhanced national security, making citizens feel safer and more secure. 2. It promotes stability. The government approach has promoted stability by disrupting terrorist networks and preventing attacks. 3. Enhance economic stability. Because the government has combated terrorism, it will help promote economic stability and attract investment. This in turn has contributed to economic growth and development. In conclusion, as we move forward, it is essential to continue to adapt and refine our approach to combat terrorism in order to live a better life. Thank you all for listening, and I hope you all have a great day today. Thank you.
That was a nice presentation from Eyet. Eyet suggested ways that the government can combat terrorism. He mentioned increased surveillance and intelligence gathering, and enhancing international cooperation and enhancing security measures. Eyet also said that if these things are put in place, it will lead to or enhance national security and economic stability. You've listened to Nkoyo and Eyet. Who do you think did justice to this topic? Who tackled this topic appropriately? Who do you think should be the winner of this competition? Remember, winning this competition is not solely dependent on public opinion. There is a panel of independent judges that will listen to this presentation and judge the two presentations based on a set of scoring criteria. So tell us in the comment section who should be the winner of this competition. And in the next 48 hours, the scores from the judges and from the public will be combined, and the person who gets the highest score will be declared the winner of the competition. So I'll see you in the next 48 hours. Thank you.